Are you thinking about moving to South Florida, but you're not really sure about what areas to avoid? Well, stick around because I'm going over that today. What's up, everybody? It's April Laura, your Florida realtor, and I am talking about the places to avoid in South Florida. I get calls, text messages, and emails every single day from people that are relocating here and they need to know this information, and I absolutely love it. I do this channel so that I can educate and help you guys figure out where to live and where to relocate in Florida. And if this is your first time to my channel and you want to know everything there is about working, eating, sleeping, playing, and living in Florida, then make sure you tap that subscribe button and ring the little bell so you're notified every time I do a new video, because it's pretty much all I talk about. My team and I absolutely love helping people relocate, and we specialize in it. So today I'm going to be talking about a little bit of the areas. Well, I guess I'm going to be concentrating more on the areas that you should go visit and you should drive around in. And of course, if you have any extra questions, comment below or reach out to me. I'd love to jump on a call or a Zoom so that I can explain any areas that I'm not going over. As a Florida realtor, there are ethics and compliance that we have to abide by, and one of those things is not steering people away from areas. So this is a bit of a tricky video that I am doing in order to try and show you the areas that you should look around at and avoid other areas, because you really have to drive and see with your own eyes, and also use resources like niche.com and bestschools.org and bestplaces.com to also further your knowledge and research as far as where you're going to end up and what it looks like. And if you want to look up crime stats and all of those types of things, school zone ratings, and what the schools are like, those resources are great, and I always mention them on my channel because there's only so much that I can do and say in guiding you. But I hope this helps. So we're going to do a map video today. I'm going to show you some of the most popular areas that I show people that are relocating here. And it's funny because it's a little bit different than people that actually live in Florida. I guess because we're more used to the landscape and the areas, I'm tending to go to the same areas with people that are relocating here. And it's always a matter of safety, schooling. They want their families to be safe. If you're a young professional, you probably want to be closer to, some nightlife or things that are happening, easy access, maybe walkability to the downtown area, or maybe lots of outdoor activities or water activities. So hopefully this helps. And like I said, comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions, and definitely let's jump on a call or a Zoom call to discuss all of your details. Now let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with Boca Raton. Now, when you come into Fort Lauderdale or Palm Beach International, you're going to fly in and you'll probably be on I-95 unless you take the Turnpike, right? So Turnpike is an easier ride. It's less chaotic, but they both get pretty busy. But I-95 has no tolls. So you're going to find a lot of work trucks, all kinds of traffic going up and down 95. It can get a little crazy on 95, but it is sometimes necessary. So I would say if you're going to be visiting Boca, get off on Glades Road. So Glades Road goes east and west. If you want to go all the way west, this is where you're going to find a lot of gated, family-friendly neighborhoods, lots of gated neighborhoods, lots of recreational things to do for the kids, extracurriculars, all in this area, especially west of 441. There's a whole little area down here, like southwest area of Boca. And what can I say? I could probably say that it just doesn't look as manicured as the other areas of Boca Raton. So if you're looking for that beautifully manicured area of Boca Raton, you may or may not find it so much here. As you're going east, passing the Florida Turnpike and into the middle of Boca Raton, then you're going to find some older neighborhoods that may or may not be gated. I would consider them extremely safe, but a lot of people have this idea that they have to be in a gated community in order to be safe. I particularly am not of that school of thought, but I've lived here for a really long time, and I can understand people wanting to have a gated community, especially if you have small children and you want kind of that containment with, not so much traffic, things things like that. Although you can achieve that in certain neighborhoods and also living at the end of the road, like a cul-de-sac and things like that. So you're gonna find older homes here, but a lot of them have been really beautifully redone. So what's great about this location is that you are closer to either the Turnpike or I-95. You're also gonna be closer to downtown, and you're gonna be closer to the ocean, the intercoastal, and everything that comes with it. Make sure that you swing by some of the local parks. I would say, Patch Reef Park, and there's also Sugar Sand Park that's down here. And then there's a few actually parks right on the intercoastal that are beautiful and amazing. You should take this drive. There's Red Reef Park, which is a good one, Gumbo Limbo Center, if you have time. So definitely driving in these areas. There's a private airport in Boca Raton located right off of 95 here. And then there's the main hospital, which is Baptist Health Boca, which is also near the mall, which is in this area. That's why the central location is very desirable. And then of course, anything you go to that is closer to the ocean, you've got beautiful waterfront properties here. There are some neighborhoods near like the US 1 area. You can drive them. They're just small, old, tiny little homes. Probably not exactly what people are looking for when they come into Boca Raton. Let's just say that. That's not like the typical. But also another road to drive through is like Yamato, which is on the north end, and Clintmore. And then you have Lyons Road also that GL Homes has done a lot of developments. And with that, I might as well go into the Delray Beach area, right? So if you drive up Lyons, that's where you're gonna find like Boca Bridges, The Bridges, Seven Bridges, the Oaks, which is, a little bit older of a neighborhood, but those are all newer communities. Lotus is the newest communities. So Lotus has a second development that they're now selling in Boca Raton. So it's off of Glades Road and Lyons, right around this area. That's what they're selling. They're pretty much closing out the regular Lotus. They just have a few lots left, which is where the parking lot and the sales center was. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. I'll be happy to give you all the information and schedule an appointment. But I would come up to Atlantic Avenue, which is the main street that goes, or road that goes all the way down to downtown and the public beach, which is beautiful. And some clients that were in town for a couple weeks just pointed out to me that Delray Beach doesn't have any public bathrooms, which I've actually never noticed that. That's something that they liked better as far as Boca Raton. So, but let me get back to the map. Online, you're going to find a lot of new construction. And if you go out to 441 and just south of Atlantic Avenue, you're going to find the Saturnia Isle, and also you're going to find Dakota. So those are popular neighborhoods. Like Dakota's not that old. It's newer, but it's like 5 years old or something like that. And then if you come over here, there's another little neighborhood called like Tuscany, which is lower price point. They're probably at least 10 to 15 years old, but a nice little community. But it is up against the Florida Turnpike. So one of my clients didn't like that. He felt like there was noise. I don't feel like there's that much noise in the actual neighborhood, but if you do have one of the homes that are backed up on the turnpike, you're going to hear that noise, definitely. And they're really building a lot here. They have the Delray Marketplace out here off of Lyons and Atlantic Avenue, which there's a lot there. There's restaurants, retail, there's, the IMAX, there's a bowling alley. It's really great. And so they're developing a lot in this area, fun things to do. There's another little shopping plaza here that has a couple great restaurants and things like that, so that you don't have to go all the way downtown. This is about a 25-ish minute ride. That's with no traffic. And in traffic, it's more. And so what's in between the west and the east is going to be, there are a lot of 55 and older communities. So you have Villages of Oriole, Kings Point is a huge one. High Point is another one. So I find that there's a lot of kind of congestion in this middle area. Keep that in mind and drive that area at different times of day if you plan on living out west and that's a big deal to you, or if you are commuting. Are you commuting and you need to get to the east or somewhere that you have to go through traffic? So of course, when you go downtown, there's an area back here that's Lake Ida. It's really a beautiful area in downtown Delray. It's a single family home area and they're gorgeous. They start from like $1 million and go up, right? And those are not even lots that are on the water. But a client of mine pointed out one that was on the other side, the south side of Lake Ida, just off of 95. I was like, that is a completely different neighborhood. That's actually a neighborhood that is one of the last areas in Delray that's, kind of turning over. You have to be ready for that if that's a house that you want to pick. Of course, downtown, everything is, at a premium, especially on the north side of the avenue. And I would say east of Swinton and the north side of the avenue, not including this Lake Ida area, which is incredible, is pretty pricey. And of course, as you go east, into the condos and things like that, and townhomes, and you'll find little bungalows that are very expensive, but the point down there is to be walkable. So if you are, somebody that wants to be walkable, whether you're a family or you are a young professional, or who knows, you just want to be walkable to the downtown area and you have the price point, then we can definitely find you something. There are lots of, condos too that you can buy into here, 1-1s and 2-2s and things like that. Lots of choices. Now going up into the Boynton Beach area, let me just stay with the downtown Delray in mind. If you go to the north, like up 2nd Avenue, then you go into the Boynton area. So this Seacrest Boulevard moves into Boynton Beach, and there's a little area back here it is Boynton Beach. So you have a lower price tag than you would in the Lake Ida area, but these are getting much more expensive because of the accessibility to downtown, which is about 2 miles roughly. And you can still take a golf cart from that area to the downtown area. So that's what makes it so desirable. This whole area is not like the Lake Ida area. It's old Florida. There's like tiny 2-1s and 2-2 homes and things like that. In the Chapel Hill area, you will find larger homes, kind of closer to what you'll find in the Lake Ida area or the Del Park area, but at a little bit of a better price point. And a lot of them have been redone, but then there are still a lot of older ones that you can pick up if you're willing to renovate because you want to get in there with a lower price point. Ocean Ridge, one of my favorite places, very, very kind of quaint, quiet, not a lot going on there, but again, you can go down to the Avenue, you can go to different places if you live in Ocean Ridge, and it is kind of like, although it's a public area, it's very kind of private, it feels. A lot of these areas, like here off of Seacrest and going back into this area, they're also turning over. If you're looking for good schools in Boynton Beach, check niche.com for any of these areas and any of these cities. But Boynton Beach is not like Boca Raton where it's known for the good schools, and neither is Delray Beach, quite frankly, and you can see that on niche.com and greatschools.org. But if you are, let's just say maybe a young couple or a starter home, or you want to be more centrally located in Palm Beach County but also close to Delray and Boca, you don't want that price tag, then you could look in the Boynton areas. There's some areas there that I can help you with. Off of Lawrence are some nice neighborhoods. And then if you do want like a family friendly area, kind of like the other areas we've talked about, or maybe comparable to Wellington or Boca Raton, there's this area right here off of Lyons where GL created the canyons, basically. It's called the Canyons. It's very, very popular. I've helped many families that maybe had started in Wellington and then went to Boca, and then I suggested West Boynton, and they ended up purchasing in West Boynton. So they're all a little bit different and a little bit different in the price point and depending on what you get. So I would say like comparable to this area, Boca Raton will be more expensive and the homes are a little bit older. I would say West Boynton and Wellington are maybe a little bit more comparable, but I think overall Wellington would be a little more expensive. And if you are living in this area, then you are going to go over to the Wellington area most likely when it comes to Trader Joe's, the mall, Whole Foods, and things like that, because you don't 100% have that in that West Boynton Beach area. They're building and there's a lot of new stuff that's going in there as far as like little shopping plazas, but not necessarily what everybody wants at their fingertips as far as Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Fresh Market, all of those things. You'll have like Target and a Walmart nearby, and Publix, which is the main grocery store in South Florida, but not like the other stuff. I might as well go into Wellington. Of course, Wellington's a great area. That's a no-brainer. And then off of 441 and Lake Worth, there's some newer developments right in here that are about 5 years old as well. Those are good for families and people that are looking for newer construction. That's not a house that's going to be built, but maybe in the last 5-ish years. You can find some really good resales right there. I love this because you're almost in Wellington, because Wellington starts at 441 basically. And then you're also right off of the turnpike. So accessibility is really great in this area. I do know they all have like A-rated school zones as well. You have access to the Florida Turnpike that goes north and south. The other areas in Lake Worth and in Green Acres, there's a lot of older homes. So depending on what your price point is, a lot of people that I do help that are from my YouTube channel that come through and are relocating, that's really not what they're looking for. They are usually looking for something that's either on the newer side or something that is in really great suburban areas or downtown, there are great homes, don't get me wrong, but they're older and they're more older style living than what a lot of people are looking for. You should check out Lake Worth downtown. It's changing over too. I don't think it's 100% quite there yet, comparable to like the Boca Ratons or the Delray Beach downtown, but I'm hoping that the city gets it together and really does a great renovation there, because I think it has a lot of potential. It has a great little beach that has this place called Benny's on the beach, a great little pier. And it's nice because you can sit out on the pier and have a great meal. So definitely check that out. And I think that's all I'm going to do as far as locations, because if I did the whole county, it would just be too much. I did want to let everybody know that when you come here, just as a beautiful, beautiful ride, you should take this road, A1A. This is called the Barrier Island. It runs north and south in Florida, and that's where all the beautiful homes are. You can actually take it from as far south as you want, but I would definitely say start in like Boca Raton, you see, and go all the way up, and definitely take it all the way into Palm Beach Island, because Palm Beach Island is the island of Palm Beach. It has nothing to do, or it's totally different than West Palm Beach. West Palm Beach is just like the downtown area of West Palm. This is Palm Beach Island, which is like where all the wealthy, beautiful, mega massive mansions are. I just think that this drive is incredible. It's so pretty, especially here where you can see the ocean. It's the most beautiful drive. And if you're visiting Florida, you should definitely check it out and comment below, because I want to know what you think about that drive. But in order to find that perfect place that you may be thinking of or wanting to go see, make sure you give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email, somehow get in touch with me, because I've got your back when you're moving to Florida. And until next video, I'll catch you later. About people that are, it's, oh wait, no.